Bible reads, "And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love."
Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, sir.
How are you this morning?
We are fine, you are now.
Let everyone say love.
Love
Is the greatest.
is the greatest.
Before you go, everybody just lift up your right hand. And just say after me, I know
I know
that God loves me.
that God loves me.
Nothing will separate me
Nothing will separate me
from the love of God.
from the love of God.
My Lord God
My Lord God
has great plans
has great plans
upon my life.
upon my life.
In Jesus' name,
In Jesus' name,
hallelujah.
Hope and Faith is a community school located in the heart of Ngombe in Lusaka, Zambia. A typical day at the school starts with school assembly, which is an opportunity for teachers and pupils to share the word of God.
My name is Rosemary Mumbi. I am a 71. I'm a retired teacher and I'm a widow. I believe with all my heart that God desired and needed to build the school in Ngombe for a great purpose He has for the children that He brings in this school. You see, I and my late husband retired in 1991 and went to live on a farm that we had bought in Kitwe, a 100-hectare farm, and we enjoyed it very much. But unfortunately, in 1992 December, my husband passed away. After he passed away, I was attacked and broken into by thieves 9 times. And in that period, I lost everything my husband and I had ever earned. So I became very, very poor. My brother from Lusaka came and picked me up because it had become very dangerous. He brought me to Lusaka. I rented a place in Garden and began to live there. I started a small business and I was quite reasonably comfortable with that. But from the year 2000, the Lord started to impress on me that I should start a school. I told God, Lord, I am a widow. I'm over 65. I have no money. I have no means of starting a school. But the Lord insisted. So I joined our ex-president, Kenneth Kaunda, to run 5 orphanage schools that he had started in 5 different locations and compounds. In Mandevu, in George, in Chilenje, and in Garden, and in another place. I did that for 2 years. But in June 2003, all those schools were closed for lack of support. And I said, well, Lord, I have tried my best, and so that's it. But the Lord insisted I should start a school. And so for a whole week, I was looking for a place where to start a school. And I was instructed to start a school north of Lusaka. And when I got to another place in Matero, which I thought was north, the Lord said, not here. Not here. And so I rang somebody I knew had a house in Ngombe. And they said the house had been standing for 4 months without anybody. And so I came to Ngombe and I found 4 little rooms. 1 room I slept in, 1 room I cooked in. 1 room was the sitting room, and that's where I started this school. I didn't even know where to start with because I had nothing completely. I had a short little pencil, I had few bits of paper. And on 1st September, I called the very first 2 children who normally came to my rented place to play. I said, children, today we will start a school. And so we started to write, we started to sing, this is the day that the Lord has made. We'll be glad in it. And a miracle happened that day. The miracle was that very same day, at 15 hours, my niece, who lived in another part of Lusaka, came rushing and said there were 2 people waiting for me at her house. And so she took me to her house, and I found in her house a Mr. and Mrs. Nigel Watt. They said they had been looking for me for a month because they had a letter from my previous headmistress of Kasama Girls in 1966. This is some 40 years previously. Mrs. MacDonald had retired to England. She had got married and she settled in a place called Skye in Scotland. And so she had heard that somebody was coming to Zambia and given them this letter. And these people had no idea where to find me, and they had been looking for a whole month. So when I opened this letter, there was 1,000 cash pounds. I threw myself at their feet and started to cry. So Nigel and Edith looked at each other. Then they said to me, why are you crying? What, have we said something wrong? I said, no. God has embarrassed me because I have been refusing to open his school for 2 years now. But today I have opened his school and he has sent this money. Because the excuse I had was that I had no money, I couldn't open the school. And so this money he has sent is a confirmation that it's God who wants this school to be opened. And God himself will provide what I don't have. And so the school was started by faith. And surely enough, God has provided because help has not stopped coming for all the 9 years that I have been in this school. From 2 children, the school went to 5 children. By January 2004, I already had 12 children that went to 40 children by April. And so I had to find help. I found a grade 9 dropout, grade 9 girl. I taught her a few things before the lesson began, and we started to run this preschool. But then a few people began to hear that there was a woman teaching in English, and they wanted their children to be taught in English. So we began to have children from other schools who came at grade 2 level or grade 5 level or grade 7 level. And so that was what happened. So the school has been growing. Today, the population of the school is 716, 20 teachers and 8 auxiliary helpers, which I think is a very big development. I'm just a witness to what God has been doing.
The school has clubs like chess, debate clubs, health and AIDS clubs, and a few others.
Pray. And I know if you ill, send for church elders. Follow Christ and your way shall be well.
The school also provides computer lessons.
In 2005, I visited my children in England, and I went to see my old teacher, Miss Cornish, who lives in Kamna, near Oxford. She took me to her church, and I spoke to that church about the school. And I told them how the children don't normally come to school because they are hungry. Unless we can feed the children, it's very difficult for us to keep them in the school. And so the church raised me £3,000 and they told me to start feeding the children. So from January 2006, we started feeding the children in the school. And that was a very big thing in the community, because now we began to have whole families. Once you get the firstborn, you get all the 4 or the 3 or 5 children come into the school, because this helped the parents. They simply locked the door at 6 o'clock, turned the children over to the school, and met up with the children about 16 hours. By that time, the children have been to school, the children have been fed, and they were very comfortable. In fact, some of the children say the food that they eat, the solid meal they have at lunchtime, some of them don't have a meal again in the evening. They'll have something little, but they are already very full. And so the feeding has proved to us a very big plus. It has helped not just the children's nutrition levels, but also it has helped the families. The families are healthy, the families' nutrition levels has gone higher. The pupils themselves are able to concentrate more, they are more alert and more academically attuned. And so even the results at grade 7 and grade 9 level have really gone up in the last 6 years. We've never had results below 85% in both grade 7 and grade 9. And because of this atmosphere, the population has been growing steadily. In fact, there are many parents who come almost every day asking for a place in the school for their child. But we can't help everybody. And so we can only, according to the limited space we have.
Hello, my name is Irene. I've been a teacher here for 8 years. We started in 2-roomed rented house, and now we have improved tremendously because we have got 13 classes. I would like to thank people from